Iran's days as a global sponsor of terrorism are nearing an end as Israel smashes its proxy forces. Israel has ground troops now in Lebanon for some time, but today it's official. The Israeli ground invasion to eradicate Hezbollah has begun. The big question now is, how will Iran respond? They're threatening an imminent attack, but at the same time, they are facing a determined Israel that has been showing no mercy to its enemies. And just yesterday, Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu signaled that the days of Iran's terror leadership are numbered. In an extraordinary video message spoken directly to the people of Iran. Guys, we'll unpack it all right here, right now. I'm Joshua, and this is the Israel Guys. Welcome back to the Israel Guys, where we believe that in a world of Jew hatred and anti-Israel propaganda, you should have a direct connection to the land and people of Israel. I hope you guys are just as baffled as I am of the incredible successes that Israel is taking over its enemies right now. I'm going to jump straight to this because this is just incredible. Jared Kushner, you guys all remember that name in the Trump administration, Trump's son-in-law. He stated this, and this is just over the top. He says, over the past 6 weeks or so, Israel has eliminated as many terrorists on the U.S. list of wanted terrorists as the U.S. has done in the last 20 years. Now, that's pretty incredible. Just in the last 6 weeks, Israel has obliterated its enemies more so than what the entire American army has done in the last 20 years. I mean, not to compare, America's massive. America's military is massive, but the strategic importance of Israel right in this terror-infested neighborhood could never be diminished. And thanks for mentioning this, Jared Kushner. What an incredible thing. Now, something else to just really emphasize here is there's been 6 U.S. presidents, the continuation of president after president after president, that have not been able, these again, the massive America has not been able to fully deter Iran and its proxies, all these terror groups, from completing their mission. They've put sanctions down on them, slowed them a bit. But look, right now, Iran is nearing nuclear capability. It's right there. It's right on the cusp of it. We have Iranian proxies that are full-fledged attacks all over the Middle East. And this is after 6 consecutive presidents of America not being able to stop it. And that's where we land to right now in Israel, again, is smashing them. Guys, you're not going to believe this, but Benjamin Netanyahu just put out a video, and he stated some pretty amazing statements. You know, we've seen it happen here. We have Hamas, which was a real struggle to destroy because of the situation with the hostages. It's still ongoing. Israeli troops, ground troops inside. Complex as it comes. Lebanon, a different story. You see the success of Israel's targeted attacks on Lebanon that is bringing incredible success and victory for Israel. You're going to see, and you're about to see, the same thing in Iran as Israel obliterates the proxies. That's what we're seeing happen. It's a process. Israel is about to come face to face with not the proxies, but with Iran. And this is emphasized with Benjamin Netanyahu. We're going to take a few clips here from Bibi's speech. Just take a look at this.
When Iran is finally free, and that moment will come a lot sooner than people think, everything will be different. The terror network that the regime built in 5 continents will be bankrupt, dismantled. There is nowhere in the Middle East Israel cannot reach. There's nowhere we will not go to protect our people and protect our country.
Did you just hear that? This is coming straight from the Prime Minister of Israel. He's speaking directly to the Iranians, trying to he says, without the filters, right? We're going straight to the Iranians. And he's telling them that the fall of the terror lead, the leader, the proxy leader, Iran, is coming. The fall is coming sooner than a lot of people think. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope that is exactly true. And being here in Israel, we sense that is coming. The day is approaching near, very near, when there will no longer be the capability of a nuclear warhead in Iran. This day is coming. It's coming very quickly. He also mentions the terror proxies in 6 different countries that they have funded and fueled over the last so many years, since the 80s. The Iran has been fueling these proxies with one goal: destroy Israel and then destroy the West, America. This is coming to a head now, and Israel is taking the lead on this war. So let's talk about the ground invasion, and we're going to come back to that. Israel, guys, maybe everybody didn't know this, but Israel had troops on the ground for a long time in Lebanon. It's just now become public knowledge that, yes, they're sending a visible ground force into Lebanon to do something, and that was just declared last night. 2 a.m., the IDF sent this message out on X stating that a few hours ago, the IDF began limited, localized, and targeted ground raids based on precision intelligence against Hezbollah, terrorist targets, and infrastructure in southern Lebanon. These targets are located in villages close to the border and pose an immediate threat to the Israeli communities in northern Israel. So this is the message from the IDF at 2 a.m. just this morning, and they have gone in. Now, what many of you don't know is that Hezbollah, just like the other proxy groups, have infrastructure. They have tunnels. They have all of these things. They are embedded in the civilian areas. So the IDF has called out. They've sent out messages to the southern Lebanese, south of the Litani River, saying, go above that river because we're coming in. We've already done a lot of airstrikes, but now the ground forces are moving in to fully rid the area of the tunnels, the infrastructure, the houses, the civilian houses that have been taken over. That's going to be obliterated. Israel cannot have that just on the other side of its border. All of this, in order to not only obliterate Iran's proxy neighbor, Hezbollah, but also to bring all 60,000 Israelis back to their homes in the north. Okay, so what this begs the question is, how can Israel obliterate these proxy groups, as you've been seeing happen every day? There's another leader, another Nasrallah's down, and the next one's down, and the next one's down. Amazing. But how is Iran standing back? These are Iran's arms here. This is the proxy groups. How is Iran not attacking Israel? Well, they keep threatening it. Conservative Iranian newspaper just today, posted and says this: to retain a rabid dog, Israel, you must use force. The preparation for war is a religious commandment. Now, this is the Iranian newspaper stating this, and this would give you the thought that, hey, we may have an imminent attack. Iran is preparing. But there's a scared bunch of folks in Iran right now, I'll tell you that for sure. They're seriously, what are we going to do now? Like, they're seeing their proxies just fall apart. They weren't expecting, they actually want to live, not like they treat their proxies. They don't care if their proxies die. But hey, now you're talking about the Iranians. This is problematic. This all in context, just over a month ago, Iran, all the headlines, this is a headline, it says, Iran vows revenge after Hamas leader Ismail Haniyeh was killed in Tehran. Okay. Did that revenge attack ever happen? No. So if the revenge attack didn't happen then, can we even expect it to come now? I think Iran is in such a shamble, such a mess, that their only hope is their nuclear weapons. Guys, we're going to get into that, but first, as we approach the Jewish high holidays, Israel approaches the horrific anniversary of October 7th, a year since the terrorists massacred families, burned homes, and shattered lives. The devastating aftermath is affecting displaced families, Holocaust survivors facing isolation, and brave soldiers risking their lives on the front lines. The people of Israel can't wait. Poverty-stricken families can't wait any longer for hot meals. Soldiers can't wait for moments of peace. Holocaust survivors can't wait for the care and dignity they deserve in their final years. Right now, they need us more than ever. Mayor Panim is working tirelessly to provide thousands of pantry boxes, prepaid grocery cards, and festival holiday meals filled with symbolic foods like apples and honey to bring hope and healing to those struggling in the Holy Land. As Isaiah 58:7 reminds us, is it not to share your bread with the hungry and to bring the homeless, poor into your house? This is our mandate. You can make the difference. Together, we can bring the sweetness of the new year to those who are still rebuilding their lives after war, those standing guard on our borders, and those who feel forgotten and alone. Click the link in the description below to donate today. Together, let's show Israel's people that they are not alone this Rosh Hashanah. Okay, so getting back to this, Jared Kushner just emphasized this exact point of Iran's nuclear power. Iran's proxies are failing. They're falling apart. What is their only source of survival? Well, it's the fast production. They have to have the nuclear warhead immediately in order to defend themselves against Israel and the West. If they don't have this, their capabilities are then nothing. Will they be able to fast track this warhead in? Will they be able to become a nuclear nation? And this threat obviously would pose a existential threat to the nation of Israel. Will Israel just sit by and allow that? I think not. But let's see what Jared Kushner says about this exact issue. Posted an X on this. He says, he first of a long message here, but he's imploring Israel to keep going, to finish the job. Don't stop. You've got momentum. Don't listen to the guys that are saying we must have a ceasefire. America's pushing for a ceasefire. You know, it's a historic thing. As soon as Israel starts to win, everybody goes, oh, stop. Why? Israel is leading now in the Middle East. Peace is possible when you get rid of all these horrible terrorist leaders that are just promoting death, the cult of death over this whole region. Allow Israel to defend itself and open a way for peace in the Middle East. Biden saying we want peace. He's going to ceasefire. No. He's sorely mistaken on this issue, and Jared Kushner has it right here. He says, I've spent countless hours studying Hezbollah, and there is not an expert on the earth who thought that what Israel had done to decapitate and degrade them was possible. This is significant because Iran is now fully exposed. The reason why their nuclear facilities have not been destroyed, despite weak air defense systems, is because Hezbollah has been a loaded gun pointed at Israel. You know, I think that's very clear. Israel, the reason why it could not strike Iran before is because Hezbollah, literally just like Jared's saying here, had a loaded gun, hundreds of thousands of rockets pointed at Israel. Well, that's just not the case anymore because Israel is obliterating Hezbollah, their leadership, and their infrastructure. They don't have the loaded gun pointed at Israel's head, even though rockets are raining on Israel right now as I'm recording this show. The Iron Dome, Lord willing, is again protecting Israel. There's nothing more miraculous than hundreds and hundreds and thousands of rockets raining down on Israel and no Israelis dying. I hope you guys understand that. This is like a biblical proportion. Israelis are being protected, and Israel is advancing. Rockets are flying in, but no one's dying. Guys, this is a flat miracle. We have to recognize that. Okay, so Hezbollah leaders are being taken out. Therefore, this gun to Israel's head, just on Israel's north, has been removed. What does this allow? This allows Israel to strike at Iran. You will see this just around the corner. Now, to outline the proxies, Iran has funneled and fueled weapons, finances into these proxy groups for now, years and years, since the 80s, into their 6 proxy groups in Bahrain, Iraq, Lebanon, even Israel here, Syria, and Yemen. You've seen some of these. Some of these are hot, big players like Lebanon and what's going on in Gaza and Yemen. Other Iraq and Syria, these players they're very weak because they've been in civil war, political upheaval. They have put $16 billion just in Syria, Iraq, and Yemen. This is the terror funnel that Iraq has been. It's about to end. Get that clear. It's about to end. Iran's proxies, they call it the axis of resistance, is, ladies and gentlemen, crumbling. It is crumbling. Gaza is crumbling. Hamas, that axis, it's crumbling. Lebanon is crumbling. It's being dismantled as I speak. And the others, as mentioned, are already too weak to mention. Israel's now facing Iran directly. Now, it seems that Iran's a bit afraid. We see that their last hope is the nuclear bomb. But again, will Israel allow that? I do not think so. You will see very soon Israel will strike, as was seen in Bibi's video earlier, Benjamin Netanyahu's video earlier, to the people of Iran. You will see either an Israeli strike on the nuclear facilities. You'll see a strike on the oil capabilities, crumbling the economy. You may even likely see both. That's very strategic of Israel, and you will probably see that happen very soon. Now, if you think all that's really cool, there's something even more that was just published today. The former Iranian president, in an interview on Turkish TV, just revealed this. I'm not sure why, but he stated that the head of the Iranian Secret Service unit that was in charge of uncovering Israeli spies was in the end uncovered that he himself was an Israeli spy that had another 20 other Israeli spy agents underneath him. So if you don't think Israel knows what's going on in Iran and has the capability of destroying Iran and its nuclear capabilities and its terror infrastructure, you're wrong. Israel has every capability to do it. It just has to get the gun off the head from the proxies next door. And that's happening. As soon as that happens, you better believe it, you're going to see a different Iran very soon. The situation is intense now with continued rockets, but this is changing. All right, in conclusion, Khomeini is hiding after Nasrallah's death. He also understands that Israel's reach will reach all the way to Iran and to him, and he likely is the next target. Iran is falling apart. Terror proxies are falling apart, being obliterated. Israel has troops in Gaza and in Lebanon now, and we'll see, maybe in Iran soon. Guys, as we're closing here, don't forget to go to Me'er Panim, donate to the poor of Israel at this time. We want to support them. And you know what, I'll close off here. Israel, all the Jewish people, as Israel's going into Lebanon, as the war is intense, a lot of soldiers on the ground, I would encourage you. I've linked the prayer for the soldiers down in the description below. Guys, if you're not praying for the soldiers, please stop. Just take a minute now and pull up this prayer that we've linked here and pray the Jewish prayer for the protection of the soldiers. And we know at the end of the day, this is a fight for God, for righteousness, and Israel is at the front site. They're at the front of that war, defending God's honor, defending the land of God's people. It's not just the people of God, it's the land that God chose. And the Jewish people, such a special people that are dedicated to godliness and keeping God's honor and holding up biblical truth in the planet. And we support that. We support the Jewish people, and we long for the day when there will be peace throughout this whole land. So pray for the soldiers, and don't forget, God's with them. He will keep them and guard them, and they're going out and they're coming back in. Guys, don't forget to tune out all of that fake news and propaganda. There's a lot of it out there, and connect with the truth of what's actually happening here in Israel. Till next time, we'll be back here on the Israel Guys.